the second day of fall, and a nice, lovely, dreary fall day it is indeed. A nice rainy Monday morning, but we need the rain. It looks like it might rain all week too, so keep it coming. The land loves it. You are tuned in to 91.1 WDBX Community Radio, and this is Talk of the Town. I am your host, Eva Fisher, and we have a whole array of awesome guests in here with me today. I have members of the Hemp, Hops, and Shrooms Committee to talk about this incredible weekend that we have coming up, because we not only have the Hemp, Hops, and Shrooms Festival, but we also have the Southern Illinois Hemp Cannabis Symposium occurring this weekend. So let me just introduce you to everyone I got here in front of me, and we will launch into the weekend's activities. So hello, I have Dina Hahn from City of Carbondale.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, Eva. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And we have Susie Leidy from SIU Fermentation Science Institute. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, and we have Gary Kinzel of the SIU Cannabis Science Center.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, all right, folks. So like I said, we've got a whole exciting, entertaining, educational, family fun weekend ahead, all right? So let's do this in chronological order, how about? So Friday evening, I'm gonna let you guys tell us about what we've got growing on all day Friday, actually, right?
Yeah, all day Friday.
Yeah.
It actually starts the Southern Illinois Hemp Cannabis Symposium. This is our 5th one, so we have had some in the past. But this year it will be in a different location. It's going to be out at the McLafferty Annex on McLafferty Road. And it will be on Friday. It will be starting at 8:30 in the morning. That's when the opening will be. And then it will last all the way until 4:30 in the afternoon.
Amazing.
So
Amazing.
there's going to be a really fantastic lineup of speakers who are talking about everything from some basic science, academic research, to policy issues. We've got folks coming from the state of Illinois, from the Illinois Department of Agriculture, and you know, there's even a couple of presentations that involve sort of the translation between academic research and public policy and things of that nature. So I think it's a great lineup, actually. I think people, if they're able to come and attend, will find it an enjoyable experience.
Yeah, and even though this is more a kind of academic-based program, this is open to anybody, yeah?
Of course, yes, anyone can come. There's, you know, you need to register. In best case scenario, we'd like you to register and that sort of thing, but anyone is welcome to attend. In fact, in the past, we've always had large representation from people in the community, people outside the community, people that are in the industry of hemp cannabis who are interested in the different topics.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm so excited to see this growth of this research and how it's being brought to our community and what that kind of means to our community. Like, you've been doing this for 5 years. How have you kind of seen that impact across the years and how it's been able to educate folks in this region?
Oh, I think I should tell the story that I think, you know, the acceptance of adult use cannabis, I guess would be the way to say it, has been growing. And there are many people in this region that find it to be a really valuable part of their life, not necessarily to smoke, but other types of gummies and things like that for pain management, sleep management, all the different kinds of things that we think about. But really, I think it's valuable. But the intriguing thing about this is how much broader it is. I mean, if you go into the area of hemp itself, the fiber from hemp has enormous potential for construction, for materials synthesis. I heard somewhere on a symposium or a podcast not too long ago that something like 60 or 70% of the material inside of BMWs has hemp fiber.
Wow.
So it's, and there are companies down in Kentucky that are taking advantage of this. So it has a lot of potential for economic growth in Southern Illinois.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, how wonderful that this symposium continues to grow. And I'm so excited that this year it falls on the same weekend as the Hemp, Hops, and Shrooms Festival. So this gives an opportunity for folks to come in for a full educational, entertaining, immersive experience all around hemp, cannabis, and our hops. Miss Susie Leidy, you know a lot about hops, huh?
A little bit. Being in fermentation science, we are bringing the hops part of the hemp, hops, and shrooms. One thing that we'll be doing is giving a presentation on the aromatic compounds and terpenes. So we do a lot of sensory analysis in fermentation science. And so I will be working with one of our professors, Marta Albiol Tapia, who we will be presenting the terpene talk this year. And then at our fermentation science table that we'll have, our director, Matt McCarroll, will be doing a consumable demonstration of terpenes in beer. So we'll be doing a lot with the terpenes, which falls in both hemp and hops.
Awesome. Ooh, cool. I love that little crossover into those categories. And terpenes, that's the aromatic.
The aromatic compounds. So it's all of the things that you smell when you smell a beer, especially if you have an IPA that's very hoppy.
Mm-hmm.
All of the aromas you're smelling are the various hops that are being used. It's the terpenes inside those hops that bring that aroma to the forefront.
Cool. So complex. You guys have so many elements. So I'm so excited there's going to be so many knowledgeable folks to demonstrate all those details to go into this work.
Yeah, I'd just like to note too of the change of location for that hemp and cannabis symposium as well. I feel like this addition to this year's programming is just going to really foster that whole stay and play mentality for folks. So Susie, do you want to go ahead and give us a little background about the location, and so part of that change of the location for the symposium?
So the change in location, and Gary can help me speak to this, is we at McLafferty Annex house not just the Fermentation Science Institute, but a whole new bio-launch facility where we have analytical chemistry labs and microbiology labs. So for the shrooms part of it, the yeast, mushroom is a yeast, and so we've got a microbiology biotech core in our building, and so we'll be able to give tours. One thing I'm going to add about the Hemp Cannabis Symposium is there's also going to be student poster sessions, so you'll get to learn about some of the research that's happening at SIU in the cannabis realm. And so McLafferty Annex is just a really, really neat place that people should come and check out everything we've got going on. Gary, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, just to give a little bit of a background and maybe advance warning, this brand new bio-launch facility was started about 3.5 years ago. It represents about a $7.5 million investment, and it is actually scheduled for the grand opening the week after on Friday, October the 4th.
Amazing.
We hope that the governor will be here and a number of other important dignitaries will be here to help us get the ribbon cutting done. But anyone who attends the symposium will have the opportunity for a sneak preview. We're going to be giving tours. We're going to be showing all the different facilities that are there. And really, just so everyone understands, the whole intent of this facility is not just to support university research, but it is also intended to support regional economic development and to foster the overlap between those two things, between university research and university or regional businesses. So their business annex is actually also located in BioLaunch, and that is the place that will be fostering that overlap.
Oh my goodness, y'all! This is truly thrilling. Like, this is so many amazing things wrapped up into one. It's just like all pistons firing. I'm so thrilled that this weekend is aligning the way it is. How incredible.
Yeah, and I mean, when it talks about like a programming standpoint, like we really are trying to be intentional with this growth. And right now, you know, this is a pivotal time. It is 5 years of them hosting this symposium. And so what better way to represent and honor this new project than to tie it all together? And so the fact that we're able to not only have the symposium move these locations to this new bio-launch facility, we're going to then be able to extend that programming into the weekend as we dive into the hemp, hops, and shrooms. And just to kind of kick things off with what that Saturday looks like, y'all, this is really huge. So the City of Carbondale, we're actually going to be breaking ground on our downtown entertainment and events plaza to kick off the Hemp, Hops, and Shrooms event at 3 p.m. So just really excited about that. I mean, we're making history together, and we're doing it in a collaborative way. And so just really stoked to see that all come to fruition this weekend.
Yes, absolutely. How wonderful. Groundbreaking for that, grand opening for that new facility the next week. Just so many things coming to life through this weekend. Dina, would you be able to tell us more about our demonstrators and presenters for that afternoon after we have that groundbreaking ceremony?
Yeah, so we kick things off at 3 p.m. Just to kind of start everything nice and fresh, and then we'll move into different demonstrations and presentations. So we have partnered up with Flyway Family Farm to come and host a cooking demonstration as well as like mushroom extracts. So we've got Jessica Hatfield and Mike Hatfield coming to speak on just how to break down that information with fungus and mushrooms to the public. So they're going to be doing 2 different demonstrations and presentations there. We also have the terpene aromas presentation with Susie and her colleague. We also have Dr. Jose Lemay and his master's students coming to speak on using controlled environment agriculture technology to grow cannabis. And so that will be more of your indoor setup. So they'll actually have different pieces of this puzzle to showcase and allow guests to see that hands-on experience. Then we also have, another presentation by the Hatfields, and it's going to be freaky fungi. So some of our parasympathetic fungus is going to kind of talk on that. Other demonstrations that we have will be from Carla Gage, and she's going to be speaking on growing hemp for fiber. So kind of what Gary was speaking on, we'll kind of expand and elaborate on that aspect there. Other things have been mentioned, but just to touch on it again, is going to be that making hop infused pours of Fermentation Science Institute's King Ale. So we're going to showcase the various terpenes of the hop plant, diving in there.
Amazing.
Yeah, so lots of exciting programming, different presentations and demonstrations. Those are all going to go on from 4 to 7 p.m. And so, yeah, really just trying to highlight all of these amazing studies, showcase that amazing work, and then transition into our Off the Rails concerts.
Yes, I'm so excited for this Off the Rails concert. We have just the perfect band playing. Our headliner is a group called Off the Rails.
Yeah, we figured what a great way to really just showcase that whole energy downtown Carbondale. So playing off the Off the Rails theme, we thought it would be really fitting for this experience.
Yeah, so we have starting at 7 p.m. a group Unchained is going to be our opening band.
Yeah, they're kind of like a ska, reggae, kind of upbeat, more poppy kind of fun.
Yeah, and then transitioning into this amazing bluegrass band who's really we're just watching them climb and climb and climb, and we're so excited that they're coming through Carbondale.
Yeah, and they're actually from Nashville too. So being able to, funnel some of our musicians that are from Nashville here to Southern Illinois, it's a great time to be able to showcase that. And yeah, Off the Rails has been off the rails. They've been winning all different awards throughout the country. They were out at Planet Bluegrass, winning a Bluegrass Award there. I believe somewhere out east as well. And so really just trying to keep our eyes on this band while we can, because yeah, they are climbing right on up.
Yeah, absolutely, y'all. And yeah, what I love about the Hip Hop Shrooms Festival is this is open to everybody. This is a free, family-friendly, super fun event. And so it's really a time, don't let it intimidate you that, oh, maybe I don't know about this or I'm not sure. This is just a fun festival downtown. We're going to have local vendors and food trucks from all over the area. So come on out. There's really something for everybody at this event.
Yeah, we also are going to be featuring a community tent as well. So just an area where you can kind of sit back, relax, and just kind of take in the whole scenery. And so we really want to encourage everyone to come out and explore. Part of hosting this event is how we're able to digest this information to the public so that they know just where this industry is headed, where it currently is, and again, breaking down that information so it's digestible for folks to learn and explore.
Yeah, absolutely. And Gary, I liked how you kind of mentioned, breaking down sort of some of those those stigmas, or maybe, you know, people kind of get a little, eek, I'm not sure if I'm ready to venture into this realm.
Yeah.
And,
Uh,
yeah,
well,
something to say to that?
Sure. I mean, again, the stories are that when we've had these symposia in the past, it has always surprised me a little bit at how widely accepted the use of certainly the cannabinoids, the cannabidiol, the THC is for controlling the types of conditions that it seems to work for. Like I said, people who need help with sleeping, people who need help with pain management or nausea management, and then there are now actually several commercial drugs that are out in being used, that are being sold, that have defined medical purposes for extracts from the cannabis plant. So this is a growing area of research, and I think you're going to see more and more of this as we move into the future.
Yeah, absolutely. And kudos to SIU. You know, SIU is such a strongly renowned research university. And the more research is done on these topics, then, like you're saying, the more widely accepted it is and the more beneficial it is able to be to consumers. And like you said, also to that economic development. And that's something that's just really exciting about this, is seeing how many people are already working towards this industry in our region, of not just the cannabis, but also for our hemps and our shrooms, our mushrooms. We've got those local mushroom farmers. We've got these homebrew groups that will be there teaching people how they can make their own beer, their own fermented foods and beverages and whatnot. Susie, do you want to bring in just a little more what's going on with the hops element of it all?
So with the hops element, one thing I will have, I have to boast about my amazing students. So I have a really tight-knit group of students this semester. Every semester, each time I bring in a new group, I get excited to see how excited they are to learn about fermentation, how excited they get to learn about the food aspects of it, and then the beverage aspects of it, and even up into biopharmaceuticals and biofuels and the different areas of interest that our students have, because fermentation is a really wide range. So I will have many of my students out there to be able to talk to anyone in the public that wants to learn more about what they're studying. And hops, you know, our students have a couple of beers that are commercially in the stores right now. The King Ale is one that they made, and they made 9 different variations of it before they decided on the recipe that got made and produced and canned and out into public consumption for sale. And so I'm just really excited about all of the ways that fermentation science is out there in the public eye, but I also want them to learn more from our students, and they will be at the event.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's so cool to me that y'all are making products that people can just go out and buy. Like, hey, this is a product of SIU Fermentation Science.
And all of the products that they produce that are sold, portion of that comes back to our program to build our program for our students. We last week participated in a night of beer to kick off the day of giving to raise scholarship money for our students.
Yeah.
So it's very important that we have scholarships available so that we can continue to bring in more students to learn. And then as our program grows, we're going to have a cheese facility soon. We're going to have our 4-barrel brewing system in-house and some other winemaking and distilleries. So our students will be making more and more products that will then be able to be sold to the public.
Gosh.
So stay tuned for that.
I want to go back to school and get my degree in cheese making.
I mean, yeah, it's super thrilling. I mean, think about all these opportunities for that student engagement. And so that is really, you know, the biggest component of this is being able to bridge and showcase that work, because this is huge. And so from a tourism's perspective, the fact that we'll be able to have this all in-house in Carbondale on campus so that the students can go from class to practical application is just honestly unheard of. It's so exciting. You're talking about the whole process A to Z right at our fingertips. And so really that community support piece is what makes this all thrive. And so from a tourism perspective, like the future is looking so strong here.
Yeah.
So very excited to be a part of that, and really
Absolutely.
appreciate all the work that these folks have done to lay that foundation to get us to this point. So yeah, really, really excited for the future here.
Yes, thank you all. Go team.
So the park that Susie was mentioning is currently in the design stage, but we actually expect that almost certainly before the end of this calendar year, we'll be going out and getting the bids for the actual construction of that next phase, which will include all the facilities that Susie mentioned, the cheese making, the bread making, the wine making. And of course, it also allows us to bring in a commercial brewer who will set up a full-scale production brewery down in a portion of the building out there. And that'll be a place where the students in the fermentation science program can go down and see how full-scale production brewery actually works, and perhaps do internships and things of that nature. So I would like to project that within about a year and a half, this facility will be finished out and available.
Gosh, how exciting! How exciting!
I'm really thrilled about it. I'm super excited. Like Gary said, we'll have our partner brewer, Rivonia Brewing. All of our beer that's produced, we do the small scale brewing in-house, and then they do the larger scale production. So having their full scale production and canning line in our building, where we don't have to send off to have our beer created, it'll be created in-house. Our students would be able to do internships or potentially work for them. It's amazing. We're going to be building jobs within our building pretty soon.
Oh, absolutely. How thrilling is that? And then, yeah, I just can't wait to see the traction of the growth of those products. And like, I'm already just envisioning like, ooh, yes, I can't wait for that like signature Southern Illinois beer to gain that national popularity. Like, oh, what's the one? My partner just went to Wisconsin and brought his mom home. The
New Belgium spotted cow.
Yeah, the spotted cow.
Right.
Yes,
Yep.
yes. We're gonna put that King Ale on the map, like the spotted cow. I love it. Yeah, and with these new facilities, I know Dina, you mentioned the stage groundbreaking. Can you just tell us a little more about that stage?
Yeah, so this is going to be a multiple performing arts stage. It is a full stage, all enclosed. It'll have a green room and the ability to bring down kind of a barrier. So if there are any elements like the rain, if it's a day like today, where we'll be able to protect that gear. So now we're currently hauling in and setting up events each and every time we host them. So this will allow us to have a permanent structure so that we won't have to do that. So it's gonna be huge. This is all phase one of the Downtown Entertainments and Events Plaza that is currently funded. We do have plans for phase two, which would then enhance this entire operation another degree, but currently that is not funded, but we are breaking ground on phase one so that we can build that permanent stage.
Yes, and it's all gonna be right there where you know, these Off the Rails concerts have been occurring. We've shifted the stage to the other side of that lot while construction is starting. And yeah, we're just so pumped to have that groundbreaking during this event. Like we said, this collaborative event with SIU, while our whole community is kind of focused right downtown.
Yeah, and the other amazing piece of this stage too is that the same designer or architect that had the Sims, so our Southern Illinois multimodal station that's being built downtown, is going to also be building the stage. So we're gonna have two buildings that really mirror one another to kind of extend that downtown look even to the stage venue as well.
Yes, oh, this is just so great. Well, I am just so thrilled about this weekend. I would love to hear from y'all. We've got a few minutes left. What are you most looking forward to with this weekend's events?
Well, at one level, since I've been organizing this for the last, how many months have we been working on this?
Goodness.
It'll be nice to get to the point where we actually have the climax of the whole thing. We get to see it
Yes.
happen. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a certain amount of anticipation and nervousness and all those kinds of things, but it'll be exciting just to see it come together. Last year, when we did things sort of jointly but separated by a week, was really nice, but I think it'll be even better this year with the two things co-located at the same, or scheduled on the same weekend. So, of course, as a scientist, I like the idea of all the speakers that we're having coming in. There's some topics that I'm really interested in. Some of the policy issues, I'm excited to hear about those things. So, and then of course at the festival, all of the activities. I enjoyed it a lot last year, so I have no reason to think that I won't enjoy it this year. So.
Yeah, I would just say that my biggest thing I'm anticipating is just the flow of this weekend. So being able to experience both the symposium and the Hemp, Hops, and Shrooms, I just think that it's such a synergistic program that we're able to produce together. And so especially with all the projects at hand, I'm just excited for the whole weekend just to be there immersed and to really be present in order to not only pitch all of these amazing projects, but to connect with the students really and just learn about what their passions are and how we can help foster that within the community.
Amazing.
One thing I really enjoy every year is just interacting with the general public and educating them or watching them as they learn. I don't do the education part necessarily, but watching them learn everything that they can, because especially at Hemp, Hop, Shrooms, it's for all age groups. So everybody on every age level will be able to learn something through the hands-on demonstrations and activities. And so that's pretty much what I enjoy the most.
Yes. Yeah, it's just going to be so thrilling, y'all. What a wonderful educational jam-packed weekend. So, yeah.
Oh, I was just going to say, too, there is still room to become a vendor. So if you're a local artist or you have any type of goods or merchandising that you'd like to showcase, please feel free to get in contact with the Shanti at Carbondale Main Street. They are our other partner in on this whole programming. And so we still have room. We are trying to fill the street with as many vendors as possible, just so that everyone can be a part of this big celebration day. So hope to see y'all out there.
Yes, fantastic. Yes, and that goes as well for our next two Off the Rails events. We are having our Shutting Down the Strip for our special homecoming concert with the SIU Alumni Association and River Radio on October 11th, and then our Carbondale Halloween concert on October 26th. Yes, indeed. So lots of vending opportunities and just so much coming up. So SIU Hemp Cannabis Symposium on Friday night, and then we have our Hemp Pop Shrooms Festival all day Saturday. And I'm sorry, I keep saying Friday night. It is Friday morning in the afternoon. And then, yeah, Hemp Pop Shrooms Saturday with all of our amazing presentations and demonstrations, and our concert with Unchained and Off the Rails. And Off the Rails is going to be sticking around on Sunday. There's the Rattle the Bottoms Bluegrass and Folk Festival. This is for Sandra's Comfort. It's a nice, amazing fundraising benefit concert. So check that out there in the Bottoms. So I just couldn't ask for a cooler weekend here in Southern Illinois. What a special time. And I just thank you all so very much for coming on today and sharing all the knowledge about this exciting weekend. So rest up, everyone. Get ready for this jam-packed weekend and have a wonderful Monday. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.